I'm sorry, Patsy. Time is up.
May I come in?
Certainly, Father.
Oh, don't get up. I'm just the pastor here. Grading the papers, I see.
Yes, Father.
They're a wonderful bunch of children.
Yes,
You should be very proud of them.
we are.
I ran into some of the girls out there, and they're dying with curiosity about their marks. I'm supposed to come in and, without your knowing, of course, find out how they turned out. I presume you opened your heart and passed them all, didn't you?
All but one, Father.
Patsy? Oh, no. Well, this is only one subject.
The others are even worse. Her average is below 60.
Well, she got the date right, and she spelled her name right. Couldn't you give her something on that and add it up again, maybe pass her?
Don't you think the honor of the school means anything?
But what about Patsy? St. Mary's isn't being very much help to her. Don't you think we should help a child like that? Just beginning to believe in herself, and a blow like this, a child may never get over it.
Do you believe in just passing everybody, Father?
Maybe. Maybe I do.
I can't believe you mean it.
Well, it's easier for some children to make the grade than others. They don't have to study. But I've known some that got the best marks in school and never made much of a mark afterwards. I knew a character once, a fellow named Elmer Hathaway. He and I went through school together. Or rather, I went through school. Elmer just stood still. I think he was 3 years in the 8th grade. He's quite a boy. The teacher often wondered how he found his way to the schoolhouse. Sometimes he didn't. Kids used to make fun of him. He was sort of a dreamer. Sometimes he'd even forget what day it was, and he'd come to school on Saturday. Asked him who Plato was one day, and he said, "Plato who?" But he was good with his hands. He built a boat, a sailboat. One time he disappeared for, 2 or 3 days, and when he came back, they asked him where he'd been, and he said, "Oh, just sailing." Well, he got to be about a foot taller than anybody else in the class, and they felt sorry for him, so they decided to pass him. Besides, I think they needed the desk at the time. He never knew about it, and from that time on, he developed assurance. You've heard of the Hathaway shipyards, haven't you?
Yes.
That's Elmer. And to this day, he takes care of his less fortunate pals. You know, the ones that used to get 99 and 100. If any of them are broke or out of a job, they can always work for Hathaway. He's a good man. By the way, just what is passing, anyhow?
75, you know.
Yes, I know that, but who started it?
Our school is based on it. Every school is. If we don't have standards.
Yeah?
But certainly you're not serious.
I am. Aren't we here to give the children a helping hand, or are we here to measure their brains with a yardstick? Why do they have to have 75 to pass?
You would put the standard at 65, Father?
Why not?
Then why not at 55? Why any grades at all? Why don't we close the school and let them run wild?
Maybe. Be better than breaking their hearts.
That's unfair, Father. My heart aches for Patsy, and when you infer it doesn't hurt me, you're being very unjust. Please realize I've done everything possible to help her, but I must uphold our standards. If you order me to pass her, I shall do so. But her mark remains the same. Come in, Patsy.
Your sister. Hello, Father.
Patsy?
I failed, didn't I, sister?
Yes, you did, Patsy.
That's what I thought.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right, sister. It wasn't your fault. I was just thinking that, well, I won't be needing this now, and look, Delphine liked it so much. I was just thinking that, maybe I'll do better next year, sister.
Sister, you and I have had our little differences of opinion, but they haven't been important. This is serious. I'm not going to order you to do anything. It's up to you, but...
But she failed.